Good morning, students of 8th standard. Today we will do lesson number 1, that is Introduction to the Parliamentary System. This is the first chapter of civics. Now in this lesson we are going to study about the government and the constitution. In the government there are the Council of Ministers and there are the executive members, the judiciary members, and we will study the type of government. We'll study about the parliamentary system and the presidential system, and we'll see how the prime minister is elected and what are the works done by the prime minister. Okay? Now, as you know that when the government is formed, it has to follow the constitution. So in our country, India, we have a government and we also follow the Indian constitution. Every country has a different form of government. Let us get information about the main branches of government. The function of the legislature is to make laws. The executive implements the laws and the judiciary provides justice. There are two main types of governmental system that are followed. First one, parliamentary system. Second, the presidential system. The parliamentary system of government. The parliamentary system of government developed primarily in England. Now, the next page or column you go to the top. Parliamentary system of government having its root in Parliament is considered as a contribution of England. India has adopted this parliamentary system. We see similarities in the parliamentary system of England and the parliamentary system of India. The characteristics of the Indian parliamentary system of government in India are as follows. First point, the legislature of the central government is known as the parliament. The Indian parliament is composed of President, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Next point, members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. Then, the number of members in the house is fixed. Election to the Lok Sabha are held at regular intervals. The party which gets more than half of the seat is considered as the majority party. The majority party forms the government. Sometimes when the party gets sometimes when no party gets a clear majority, some parties come together to form a majority and they can establish the government. This kind of government is known as a coalition government. Now, I'll explain you of the page that is 69. A leader of the majority party becomes the prime minister. He or she elects candidates for the ministerial position from among her colleagues. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers chosen by the Prime Minister together forms the executive in the parliamentary system of government. Executive have a dual responsibility. First one, as an executive, they have to implement law. Second, as they are the members of the legislature, they also have to fulfill responsibilities of the legislature. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers is responsible to the legislature for all their actions and policies. It means that the Council of Ministers has to work with the legislature. The parliamentary system is known as the responsible system of government. The entire Council of Ministers is responsible for the decision. The Council of Ministers the Council of Ministers remain in power till it enjoys the support of confidence of the legislature. If the legislature feel that the executive does not work in accordance to its wish, it removes the executive from the power by passing a no confidence motion against the executive. No confidence motion is an effective tool of keeping a check over the executive. Now, in the parliamentary form of government, the legislature is a supreme institution. Then why do India adopt a parliamentary system of government? India adopted the parliamentary system of government for several reasons. The development of the parliamentary system started during the British rule. The British rulers governed in accordance with this system. The parliamentary system of government in India is also in a way a product of the freedom movement. Indians were familiar to this system of government. The framers of the constitutions made few changes in the parliamentary system to suit the Indian situation. Question related to the public welfare are discussed in the legislature. Members from the opposition party also take part in this discussions. Now, the next topic we will move, that is the presidential system of government. Now, this presidential form of government is running in the United States of America. And in India, we have the Prime Minister government, but all the rules and regulations and most of the work is done by the president. That means president is having more power. So look, presidential system of government can be said to be another important system of government. This system exists in countries such as United States of America. Then, in this system, the president is the executive and is independent of the legislature and is the head of the state. The president is directly elected by the people. Such a system is known as the presidential system of government. The United States of America has adopted the presidential system of government. These are some features of this system of government. First one, in a presidential form of government, the legislature and the executive are not directly dependent on each other. The house of the legislature and the president are directly elected by the people. The president is the executive head and has lot of power, including power to implement laws. Second, in spite of such a structure, the legislature and the executive keep a check on each other. This mutual control over each other can lead to a responsible government. Apart from the parliamentary and the presidential system of government, there are other forms of government systems that are followed in France, Switzerland, Germany, etc. Several countries, owing to their unique circumstances, have evolved different systems of government. In the next chapter, we will study the structure, working and role of the Indian Parliament. Students, here I complete the first chapter of civics. I'll be sending you notes. Write it down in your fair copy and learn for the first term examination. Okay?